So, can we just take a moment and reflect on how awesome it is that as mobile memory keepers, we can take our photos and supplies anywhere? I mean, seriously, guys, we can literally have thousands of photos and templates and digital papers and embellishments right at our fingertips and carry them with us wherever we go. It blows my mind at how much technology has played a role in memory keeping. If you have been following me for a while, you know I am a huge fan of creating a December daily album. And don't worry, this is not a video about December daily in April, just hear me out for a second. I fell off the December daily bandwagon in 2016, and I was pretty bummed that I didn't finish my physical December daily album that year. I was doing December daily albums using physical products since 2011, and 2016, there was just a lot of stuff going on, and I just was not able to finish it. But in June of 2017, Affinity Photo was released for iPad. And that September, Chris and I took a trip to San Francisco to visit our son. And just a little fun fact about me, I hate flying. Even though my husband was a pilot while in the Marine Corps and he still has his pilot license, I am just not a happy flyer at all. I start to get nervous 2 weeks before a flight. My hands get sweaty. I'm just not a happy flyer. I really needed a distraction during this long flight, so I thought I would use this trip to really explore creating scrapbook pages with mobile apps like Affinity Photo using digital scrapbook products I have downloaded to my computer in the past. So before we went on that long flight from Tampa to San Francisco, I copied and pasted all of those December daily digital products from my desktop computer into iCloud Drive. This way I would have access to them in Apple's native Files app on my iPad or iPhone. Needless to say, I successfully completed that December daily album completely on my iPad, as well as many others since then. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how I copy my digital kits from my computer to iCloud Drive. And guys, it doesn't matter whose products you are using. Most designers have the same selection of products in their kits. You'll have filler cards, journal cards, stamps, stickers, alphas, numbers, papers, you get the picture. I just want to share with you one way you can organize your items for mobile memory keeping. I found this system works really well for me, and I will be demonstrating this with the 2020 Week in the Life digital products by Ali Edwards. Let me show you first what my iCloud Drive looks like. You can see here I have folders named by the type of file it is. The majority of my digital products are by Ali Edwards. That's what the AE stands for if you haven't figured that out already. And you can see I have 3x4 filler cards, 3x4 journal cards, chipboard shapes, die cuts, label stickers. It just goes on. And there will be folders added in the future as different types of embellishments are introduced. For instance, when I was getting the rest of my subscription story kits copied from my computer to iCloud Drive, I found that patches were a fairly new digital product. You can see that right here. And it wasn't one that was around when I started this little system of mine a few years ago. So now I have an Ali Edwards patches folder. And guys, if you are familiar with Ali's physical and digital products, you know that she has some amazing physical products that have a lot of texture to them, like pleather and cork and felt. However, these textures are not translated into digital form. They're flat, which is totally fine. But even though the digital embellishments are flat and it would be hard to differentiate between a digital piece of chipboard and a digital sticker, I like to organize them by their physical properties so I can mimic those textures and dimensions in Affinity Photo. So I hope that makes sense. So let's click into one of these folders and see what is inside. I'm just going to come up here and tap on that 3x4 filler card. And you can see there are subfolders. And you can tell I am a Roy G. Biv kind of girl. Okay. Even though the story kits I subscribe to through Ali's site have specific themes and prompts, which are totally awesome, by the way, I just like to organize things by color. It just works for me. So you can see here, my folders have subfolders of color, and depending on what the main folder is, there may be like other subfolders. Let me see if I can find one, maybe with chipboard shapes. So here, you know, I have my Roy G. Biv color folders, but then I have a separate one for alphas and a separate one for chipboard numbers. If I come back and, you know, up here and tap on that pink folder, I have all of my pink chipboard pieces here. Same thing with the red. I have them all in here, you know, so on and so forth. And again, the reason why I divide these digital products up by the type of physical properties they have is so I can kind of replicate that physical property when I am working with these products in Affinity Photo. So with these chipboard shapes, I will be adding like a 3D look to them, a drop shadow to them. If I was adding, if I was working with a piece of like transparent plastic, you know, I would like lower the opacity on it just to give it more of their physical property feel. So how did I go about copying digital products that I have downloaded to my computer to iCloud Drive? Let me show you. So I closed out of my iCloud Drive on my iPad and I want to bring you to my Documents folder on my iMac. So I'm going to come down here to Finder and I have my Documents folder right here. And at the top, you can see I have one dedicated for Allie's products. I'm going to click inside here and we're going to talk about a couple of these folders here. This reorganization folder. Anytime I download a kit from her site, it goes into this folder. Right here, you can see I have the Week in the Life 2020 products that are all right here. We can change the view to icon by clicking that right here. And then also we can sort it by name, just like that. Okay. Let me back out of there. So once all of those kits have been copied over to my iCloud Drive, then this folder will end up incomplete. So you can see these are all of the various kits that I have already organized on my iCloud Drive. So like in here, all of the 2017 story kits, 15, 18, so on and so forth. All of these products are on my iCloud Drive. Now the other folder I want to mention are these empty Roy G. Biv folders. You just saw in my iCloud Drive how the subfolders within each folder are a designated color. Instead of creating these folders each time when I make a new parent folder, I just take all of these folders and I do a Command C for a copy, and I will go and paste those into a new folder in iCloud Drive. Let me start to make sense of all of this for you. So in order to copy kits from my computer to iCloud Drive, I need to have two Finder windows open on my computer. So here's one, I've got it. I'm going to come over here to File, and then I'm going to come here to New Finder Window. It's going to pop up. Okay, now in my sidebar here is my iCloud Drive. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see all of these folders that are in my iCloud Drive are also on my iPad. Okay, so it's kind of mirroring it. Now what I like to do is I'm in my iCloud Drive, I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this WITL 2020. Okay. Now, if I want this at the top of my hierarchy here, I'm going to add a plus sign in front of it. And because everything is organized by name, and if there's a number or some other symbol, that'll automatically put it up to the top. And then when we go back into iCloud Drive, I can show you how you can favorite folders as well, and it'll even be easier to get to. Okay, so right here I'm going to double click into that folder. and you can see there is nothing in there. Okay, I'm going to create a new folder, and this one I'm going to name 3x4 journal cards. Okay, I'm going to double click into this folder again, and now I'm going to come back over to my documents window, tap on this, not reorganization, I want empty Roy G. Biv folders, select all of those, do a command copy, come back over here to my 3x4 journal cards in iCloud Drive and do a paste. Okay, now I want to view these by name. So I've got, starting with pink, you know, I numbered everything so it'll all be nice and orderly. Okay, so let's come over here to reorganization. I'm back in my documents folder now on my computer, and I'm going to click onto Week in the Life. I want to look at these by icons, and I want the main mini kit, which is right here. Okay, I will come over here to the folder where it's journal card set, and then tap on the 3x4 journal cards. And when Allie's team packages her files, especially with the journal cards, she puts the journal cards and the filler cards all in one folder. So I just want to go ahead and select all of the journal cards, and I'm going to do a Command C, and then back over here in the 3x4 folder in iCloud Drive, I'm going to paste them. Okay, now here's where I start to organize. If I bring this up, you can see that it's got a whole bunch of different colors in here. So I'm just going to select all of these and put them in the multicolored folder, just like that. Here we have a gray journal card, and this one is a pink one. So we're just going to move this one over here to black and gray, and then this one over here to pink. See, super easy, right? Let's make another folder. Here, I'm going to do a 3x4 filler cards. Click into the folder. I'm going to come back over here to my documents on my computer, and I want to get to those empty Roy G. Biv folders, Command C to copy, and Command V to view, and I want to sort them by name. Come back over here to Week in the Life, the main kit, over to journal cards, and then I'm sorry, we want to take those filler cards here. I'm going to Command C, Command V. And yes, I understand that there are different colors here in these cards, but when I separate them out, I go by the main color that you see. So these two are going to go into the blue. Oh, wait, what did I just do? There we go. This one and this one will go into blue. This one and this one are going to come over here to black and gray. This is going to red, pink, and yellow. Okay, so I want to do a new folder in my iCloud Drive within the Week in the Life folder, and this one I'm going to do something with the chipboard pieces. So I'm going to go chipboard, shapes, then I'll come back over here and grab those Roy G. Biv folders, copy and paste. And my apologies earlier, I figured out how to turn off that sound effect from when I was moving, copying things from one place to another. That was driving me crazy, and I'm sure that wasn't very pleasing for you all to hear. So I think I took care of that. So let's view this by name. And then we'll come back over here to the Week in the Life products, back here to the mini kit, and where are the chipboard shapes? Right here. Going to take all of those, do a copy, and copy them into the chipboard shape folder. And I've got some that are black and gray. I'm going to move those over here. I've got some pink ones. Here's a pink. Here's, I think that was a pink one that I just moved. Let me just look again. Yes, pink. And let me look at this one closer. That's more orangey. And then this one is pinkish. So we've got two pink here. I'll move that here. And I've got a red. This is yellow. This is orange here. And is this, that's blue. I've got 3 blues. And then a green. Okay, easy peasy. Now, back here with the various kits, I know there is, this one is a chipboard kit, and it's got some fun asterisks. So let's copy those over. Oh, I did that wrong. I didn't want to move, I wanted to copy. Let me do that again. I'm going to do a copy and a view. All right, so we've got some grays or silvers. Those will all go in here. I have a navy. Here's peach, red, and yellow. Now I think in one of the other mini kits she is offering is one by Kylie in Kentucky, which is right here. It's another mini kit. I want to see if she's got some chipboard stickers, and it looks like these are all black and white. So I'm going to come over here to copy and view. I'll take all of the ones that have the black background. One more. And I'm going to move that into the black and gray folder. And then all of these with the white, I'll move over here to the white folder. And this one I did not mean to bring over, so I'm just going to move that one to the trash because I already have a copy of it over here. This is where the main kit is. Okay. Oh, and I think there was one other group I wanted to move over from chipboard stickers. What is this one? Not that. Okay, chipboard circles. It's this one. So I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to copy and view. And this is all, it's a gray color, but I'm not going to put it into the gray folder. I mentioned before that this is kind of a fluid system. It's always going to grow with what I am going to be using it for. So I have found that there's always going to be some sort of chipboard number in Allie's kits, and so I am in my chipboard folder, but I want to create a new folder that is just going to be for numbers. So that way it's easy for me to look for them for a number if I need to. I won't have to go through all the different colored folders. I know I have all of the numbers separate. And then this one here, I'm going to put over here into the black and gray folder. Okay, I'm going to stop right here and let that all sink in. I'm not going to go through every single folder, otherwise we would be here for quite some time. And I think you have enough info to help you get started or even come up with a system on your own. But before I close out this video, we need to go back into the iCloud Drive on my iPad because I want to show you a few things there. Okay, I am back in iCloud Drive, and you can see that my Week in the Life folder here is toward the top. It's the second one in. And if I wanted to favorite this one, I can press my finger on it until I see that drop-down menu. And then if I tap favorite, look where it shows up here in this section. So you don't necessarily have to put that little plus sign in front of it. You know, I can come down here to overlays if I wanted to, and you know, favorite that one, and it'll show up over here on the left hand side. Okay, but what I want to do is I do want to click into this Week in the Life folder, and I want to tap on the filler cards, and you can see underneath these folders, it'll tell you how many items are in each one. Okay, so I want to come over to one where, actually, you know what, let's back out. Let's back out because I just want to show you something with this. Let's go to chipboard shapes where there's more items in each folder. So this black and gray one, I'm going to click on it and see how there were those little icons that didn't have the picture at first. It just had like a little cloud in the upper corner. Let me see if I can find another one for you. Okay, see the cloud here? Okay, what you want to make sure happens is that they're fully downloaded or uploaded, I guess, into iCloud Drive. Okay, this way you are going to be able to take your iPad and work offline. Okay, that is what I did when I started working with digital products on that airplane ride I told you about earlier in the video. Okay, you make sure that those little clouds have disappeared, just like, watch it'll happen. So in order to do that, you need to make sure that you are on Wi-Fi in order to make sure that those elements have all properly uploaded, I guess, to the cloud, so you will be able to access it when you are offline. Hope that makes sense. Now, one other thing I want to show you is, I know so many people take the time and go through and tag all of their different elements. I don't do that using iCloud Drive. The way Allie names her files is just, it's very, very organized to me. And so if I was to come up here to the search bar and say I'm looking for something with the word today on it. So if I come over here and put in today and then do a search, any of those files that have the word today in the file name is going to show up. And that's, you know, whether it's chipboard, a journal card, a digital stamp, anything like that will show up in that search. Speaking of digital stamps, I'm sorry, I just got to show you guys one more thing because this is probably my favorite folder in this whole organization system. But if I come here to my stamps, you can see I have days of the week, you know, I've got, you know, punctuation. There's a whole bunch of different numbers, and look, some of them were newly uploaded into iCloud Drive, so now they're all showing up. But this one's my favorite. Look at this, words, friends. There's like close to 1,000 different stamps in here, digital stamps, and it just makes me so happy. So this organization system works for me. You know, I hope this, you know, gives you some ideas of how you would want to go ahead and organize your digital products in iCloud Drive. Thank you so much for watching. Reach out to me through email or social media if you have any questions. I would be more than happy to help you out.